Welcome everyone to the next part of the plant kingdom. So today let's begin with Pteridophyta. Now Pteridophyta, these are actually the primitive seedless vascular plants, or we can consider them to be the first vascular plants on earth. Okay, that means they were the plants which possessed xylem and phloem, the conducting tissues. Okay, they are also known as the vascular cryptogams. Now they occur in terrestrial habitats, that means moist shady places, but even some aquatic species are also found. For example, Marsilia. Okay, now Marsilia, it occurs in basically rice fields or in like water bodies, okay, where small water bodies like ditches, etc. And it is similar to another terrestrial plant which we locally call as Bor manimoni. Bortingesi. I hope you all have seen it. So that Marsilia plant is exactly similar to like that type. Okay. Now, the size may vary. Some small species of pteridophytes are there, which are, for example, Azolla. Some are very large. They are the tree ferns. For example, Angiopteris. Okay, the plant body is sporophytic. Now, in last class, what we have studied, it was bryophyte. That was a gametophytic plant body, isn't it? But here, what happened? The plant body is sporophytic. That means the plant body possesses the sporophyte. Okay, when we will look to the plant, then we will observe the sporophyte. Got it? তাৰমানে আমি যেতিয়া লিফটো স্পোৰোফাইট মানে হৈছে যেতিয়া ধৰি লোৱা বস্তুটোক আমি স্পোৰোফাইটটো দেখিলোঁ গছজোপাত, তো তেতিয়া আমি সেইটোক স্পোৰোফাইটিক প্লান্ট ক'ম. অ'কে, আৰু যেতিয়া গেমেটোফাইটটো আমি চকুৰে দেখি পাইছোঁ, তো উই উইল কল ইট এজ এ গেমেটোফাইটিক প্লান্ট. আৰু টেৰিডোফাইটছত কি হয়, বেচিকেলি উই অবজাৰ্ভ দ্য স্পোৰোফাইট. ডেটছ ৱাই ইট ইজ আ স্পোৰোফাইটিক plant. Okay, then it is divided into root, stem and leaves. Then the stem is herbaceous underground rhizome. Leaves are of two types, microphyll and megaphyll. Microphylls are smaller in size, megaphylls are larger. There are vascular tissues, xylem and phloem are present. Okay, xylem tracheids are there, and sometimes in some cases vessels may be present. And phloem sieve cells are there, plus albuminous cells are also present. Now, the sporangia which is present, it is collen. That means collen means extension of the stem. The stem extends to form the sporangia. Okay, and these are present in the sporophylls. Got it? And that's sporophylls bear some small spots. Basically, in case of ferns, ঢেকীয়া চবে দেখি চাই, ঢেকীয়াটো যেতিয়া মেচিয়ৰ হয়, ৰিপ্ৰডাকশ্যনৰ টাইম হয়, স্পোৰোফাইটিক হয় মানে, তেতিয়া কি হয়, তাহাঁতৰ বেক চাইডৰ লিফটোত উই চি চাম স্মল ব্লেক স্পটছ, এণ্ড দ'জ পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ স্পটছ আৰ ন'ন এজ দ্য চ'ৰাছ অৰ চৰাই, এণ্ড ইন দেট চ'ৰাছ are embedded the sporangia which bears the spores. And there are basically two types of spores. Either they are maybe homosporous, that means all are similar, or it may be heterosporous, that means two different spores we will find, microspore and megaspore. Got it? Then the gametophyte, it is dependent, okay, it is an independent prothallus. Okay, that means when the spores germinate, when they are formed, they will fall on the substratum, they will germinate, and from that germination they develop into a shapeless or heart-shaped structure, actually, that is called the prothallus, which will bear the sex organs. And there are two types of sex organs, antheridium and archegonium. Antheridium is the male sex organ, and it is similar. In last I have already told that when we were studying bryophyte, the antheridium structure is globose or club shaped. Did you remember? Outer layer jacket cell, inner sperm mother cell or antherozoid mother cells are present. Archegonium is a flag shaped structure. Okay, long neck and a venter. Venter consists of only two cells, ventral canal cell and egg, and the neck consists of several neck canal cells. Then when fertilization occurs, then what happens actually, it is just similar to the earlier part only. Okay, the cover cells of the archegonium will be removed. The sperm, with the help of a medium, that is water, it will move to the neck of the archegonium, then it will dissolve the cells, neck canal cells, and it will finally reach the egg where fertilization, that is zygotes, will be produced. It will divide and form the embryo, and ultimately the sporophytic plant is formed. Okay, so when we are studying about the sporophyte and gametophyte. That means we are observing a alternation of generation, isn't it? So that alternation of generation occurs between the gametophytic and sporophytic plant. Got it? So that is an important part. When we are studying higher plants, that alternation of generation is very important. Now in bryophytes also we have got a proper alternation of generation between the gametophytic and sporophytic plant, and in pteridophytes also we will get a proper distinction of gametophytic and sporophytic plant. Okay, these are actually the basic characters which are present in the pteridophytes. Okay, now see, this is the basic structure of Antheridium. We have already studied in our last class. This is the archegonium. So when the male gamete comes, it will enter through this particular way and it will reach the egg cell, okay, to form the zygote. Okay, now again we come across some terminologies. First is apospory. Apospory means the development of the gametophyte directly from the sporophyte. Okay, so if the gametophyte develops directly from the sporophyte, then we call it as apospory. Again, apogamy, that means the sporophyte develops directly from the gametophyte, that is apogamy. Stele means the arrangement of xylem and phloem. Eusporangiate means when the sporangia develops from a group of cells. And leptosporangiate means when the sporangia develops from a single cell. Okay, so these terms are important. I have mentioned you here. You will have to write them, okay, and you prepare the notes, go through the videos and prepare the notes. Now see, this is the stellar arrangement of the pteridophytes. Now here, this is phloem, this is xylem. Okay, that means, okay, see, this is the xylem part, this is the phloem part. Okay, so they are arranged in circular manner and we call them as haplostele. Again, if it is arranged in a star shaped structure, then we call it as actinostele. Sometimes what happen, they are arranged in like the form of plates. So these are known as prectostele. So these are actually the different types of stellar organizations, stellar structures present in pteridophyte. And these particular structures are actually observed in pteridophytes only. Okay, so this is an important feature of the class pteridophyte, where stellar structure or stellar arrangement is observed. Again, you see the group Pteridophyta is divided into 4 subclasses. Psilopsida, okay, which is the simplest and the oldest type. Lycopsida means these are the plants which have been which have proper differentiation of stem, roots and leaves. Okay, then Sphenopsida, these are also further more advanced type of pteridophytes. And finally the Filicopsida means these are actually the ferns. মানে আমি যিবোৰ আমাৰ ঢেকিয়াবোৰ দেখিছোঁ সেই ঢেকিয়াখিনি that comes under the Filicopsida, okay, or the ferns. For Filicopsida, or we can call them as ferns. So these are the main 4 subclasses of pteridophytes. So the characters are there, okay, characters are present in your books, everything is mentioned there, and these are similar to all the different types of the characters are similar to the main class, that is the Pteridophyta. Okay, only basic differences are there which you have to find it and study. Okay, everything is mentioned here. So now your work is to go through the videos, whatever I have said, make out the points, write them in your copies, and you have to show it to me. Got it? And these are actually basically small differences are there, like bryophytes, pteridophytes, algae, whatever we have studied earlier, isn't it? So after studying them, we will now further go into the higher classes. Okay. One more important thing in pteridophyte is that we are now telling that there are 2 different types of spores, isn't it? Homospore and heterospore. The heterospores, that means there are 2 different types of spores, a microspore and a megaspore, isn't it? Microspore is the smaller spore, megaspore is the larger spore. Now this different type of spores, it leads to seed habit. That means actually what happens in higher plants, isn't it? After pteridophytes we will get gymnosperm, then angiosperm. These higher plants actually, basically the angiosperm, they develop seeds from where? From the ovule, isn't it? That means due to this different type of spore formation, the seed development starts. That's why heterospory leads to seed habit. That means these are the pioneer structures, the pteridophytes are the pioneer structures which initiated first the occurrence of seed habit. Okay, so these points are very important. While you go through the class, you have to write them properly, mention them, the heterospory and seed habit. Okay, so go through them properly. If you have any problem, then please let me know.